Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this podcastuals going. Get the podcrastuals. Gonna be working that the podcrastuals, the podcraster trees. Yeah, I'm gonna go work out later. I'm gonna go work out my colastrals and the podolentiales endorsimus muscles, so I can do good podcast because that's what you got to work out. For when you're in movies and stuff, you got to work out your biceps, triceps, get your traps, get a good solid neck on you, which I don't. I have an infant's neck, a boy's neck. I've always had a boy's neck, and but you got to also work that podolestrals with the pododorsimus, and then that's how you become a good podcaster, cause you work it. Hey everybody, welcome to my second episode of From Out of Nowhere podcast. Yeah, just ready to party, ready to get it going. Figured out how to. Oh, look at this shit. Oh, it's like I've been doing it forever. It's crazy. It is. Is that crazy, dude? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, what has been up with me this past week? Well, I'm getting super stoked because I'm about to, me and my wife are about to go to Vegas for our second year anniversary, so that's gonna be pretty radtacular. Pretty stoked on that. Yeah, we're gonna be down there for 4 days. I'm gonna enjoy some of that, Vegas during Halloween, so that's gonna be really cool. A friend of ours was suggesting it because he loves Halloween and was saying that it just gets all kinds of crazy in Vegas. We're going to check out Bonnie Springs. Bonnie Springs is pretty awesome. It's off the strip, about 35 minutes. And basically it's like this old Western like ghost town. Just adjust this real quick. Like this old Western ghost town. In the 50s, I believe it was built around the 50s, and it was meant for smaller budget movies because it looks like an old Western town, and it's just got that vibe with all the cliffs and everything. But then eventually, that didn't. I guess it didn't really. They didn't shoot a whole lot. They shot some things, but not a whole lot. And then eventually, they built the hotel, and they kept the, whatever the remains of the set pieces and stuff. But then they built that into shops, and now they have a petting zoo, a restaurant, and just a bunch of stuff. And they still have daily shows of like hangings and stuff like that. You can actually get, well, I'm sure you can get married there, but they have a like a reception hall, so you can have your friends and family over. As a matter of fact, the last time that we were there, we went into what we thought was a restaurant. It was just a whole bunch of people, for like this wedding reception. It was pretty cool. It's pretty legit. And that's the story. And that is the story of Bonnie Springs. You learned something? I didn't. Yeah. So we have that happening. That's going to be really cool. We're going to go down to Vegas 4 days. Should be pretty exciting. You ever pack for a trip and you're so in tune to what the weather is in your area, you just completely forget like what weather you're about to walk into? I mean, it is still October, the middle of October, so it's probably not going to be that much crazy. Like it's not going to be too crazy, but it's definitely not going to be like, 45, 50 degrees, like what we're used to up in the Northwest. But yeah, that's gonna be nice because the whole time I was just like, every time I go into my closet, I'm just looking around. Like, okay, I gotta make sure to pack that sweater. It's like, no, because it's gonna be hot. It's not. Well, it's not gonna be hot, but well, yeah, sure, it might be hot. I don't know. It's Vegas, but it's like, no, you need light shirts. Fucking, maybe just a shirt. No fucking hoodies. That's for sure. The last time I went to Vegas, it did rain, but it fucking wasn't cold. So, yeah, I'm just a big dummy. I'm just a big fucking dummy. Yeah. So, got to pack light, and I mean, I can't blame myself, but like I don't have the most, airy sort of like vacation-y clothes to wear. I mean, like I have just basic t-shirts, but like I'm trying to get more color, like more just like, cause I always wear like black on black on black on black on black. And it's like, I want to start wearing more color because when summer does come around, I'm like, oh shit, why am I on fire? Why is my entire body on fire? And it's like, oh, it's because I dress in black and the sun's just like, oh, there's Steve right down there. Let's just, and just fucking engulf him in flames, because that's what it feels like. Because when you wear all black, it sucks. Well, not all the time. Like this summer, I was really, I don't know, I got my fucking winter fat early. So I was just like fucking trying to layer/not layer up as much as possible. Then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go into the fall/winter already a tubby bitch, I should probably drop some LBs. So when fucking the holiday dinners and the holiday feasts like peek their head around the corner, I'm prepared, I'm ready to gain some LBs. So that's what I did. It was about like a month ago. I started up Weight Watchers again, just to lose like 10, 15 pounds, just so I can gain all that back in candy, turkey, and more turkey, and probably pies, and also other meats as well, because that's how I roll. I like food, and but you know what I don't like? Being a fat bitch. So fixing that, that's going very well. I've already dropped 10 pounds, and it's not even in the rest of my body. It's like, I know I got scrawny arms, got a scrawny face, neck, everything, but my gut is fucking hate my gut. So trying to get rid of that. Like I tell, it's hard to even mention to people like, yeah, I'm trying to lose some weight, and I just get the fucking anger. I get so much anger, from that. It's like, I'm sorry. I just want to be healthy. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I'm sure everybody can, agree that they could be out and about, and then like suddenly it just like hits them, like whether they're walking or doing some sort of activity where you're just like, I am an unhealthy piece of shit. I need to correct this. And like, that's what I did, is like out of nowhere. And I think it's I because I knew I'm going to Vegas too, and I'm going to be wearing less layers and shit. I just know, like, I need to I want to look better, I want to feel better. So I started walking a whole lot more, and just eating better in general, which that's been going really well. The first time I ever did Weight Watchers, I lost, because I started at 230, and then I stopped at around 185. I was like, I don't need to lose anymore. Like I felt like I could, but like, why? I don't want to be skeleton. Fucking walking around like Bones. I want to be Bones. Like literally, and the TV show. None of that. I don't want no bones in my life. No bones, thank you. I'm actually going to the doctor to get my bones removed, because that's how against bones I am. Fuck bones. Bullshit. But yeah, so went from 230, 185. That's fucking math. That's math. That's 40. Is that fucking 45 pounds? I lost 45 fucking pounds. And what's even crazier is that before that, I was pushing around 250, and this is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. But still, it was a lot of LBs I was carrying around. It was ridiculous. I was just lazy, didn't do shit. Still do what I do now, which is like sit around and watch movies all the time. And like I said, I am walking more, but I mean, you'd be surprised. It's all it takes. You just don't eat like a bastard. Every once in a while, I think it's fine. I think it's okay to eat just like a piece of shit. It's just like a mental thing, I think. You just feel better. You're just like, I just devoured like several animals. I feel great. Or, leaves or trees or whatever. I don't give a shit. But it's like it's like an accomplishment. Like I ate what a family would have ate like 50 years ago. I ate a whole family meal. I miss doing that, where you go to you're fucking tired, you don't feel like cooking, you're just having a shit day, and you're just gonna take it out on some fucking like a whole family sized microwavable meal. Man, I got friends that still do that. I'm just like, I look at it and it makes me kind of sick, but at the same time I'm like, fucking just miss like the whole fucking macaroni and cheese, the whole I mean, I guess that's the only one that really matters. Or like the lasagna is pretty good. I feel like a lot of people would get worried about my fucking I'm sorry, brain fart for a second. I feel like most people get that heartburn. I don't get that heartburn. I'm like, fuck you, heart and your burns. I don't need your burns, Mr. Burns. Call me Homer Simpson, because fuck y'all. I don't even know what that means. But I said it, and it felt good. I'm Homer Simpson, so fuck y'all. And I eat that whole fucking slab of lasagna. God, now I'm just hungry. I think I'm just hungry. I'm just talking about food. Man, that's one thing I noticed is that on Weight Watchers is like there's a lot of shit you can get away with, like no problem. Like, hamburgers are kind of no problem. Like chicken burgers are okay, but like really small ass chicken burgers, and if you're like really desperate and you want that full sized, you got to get some like fake ass bread and just like bare fucking just dehydrated, chicken breast or something. But it's really not that bad. But pizza, like you can get like special like pizzas and stuff like that from like Smart Ones or Lean Cuisine. Shout out to Lean Cuisine. Shout out to Smart Ones. But like you can get those, and then fucking they taste good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the bread on them is like fucking. It's like cardboard, but it's kind of like pizza. It's still better than fucking Little Caesars. Fuck you, Little Caesars. Fucking that's not pizza. That is some thick ass fucking cardboard with red whatever the fuck on it. It's not sauce. It's definitely not sauce. And then those little round things that they, try to call pepperoni. Fuck you too. Fuck all of you. Fuck your sauce. Fuck yo fucking pepperonis, and fuck your cardboard. Because guess what? You already put it in cardboard. I don't need cardboard inside cardboard. I thought the first time I ever had a Little Caesars pizza, I was like, oh, sir, excuse me. You actually gave me your display model because this is cardboard inside cardboard. And he goes, no, this is the real meal. This is for you. Good day. And I was like, no, first off, good day. We're not in England, dickhole. And then I kicked him real hard right in the shin just because, I didn't want to put that much effort into hurting him, but I just want to give him enough, and that's right on the shin bone. And if you're not practicing fucking Muay Thai or whatever the fuck, beating trees with your fucking shins like you're Van Damme training in kickboxer, then that's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. It's going to be kind of annoying in the least. No, it's going to suck. No, because if you've ever walked in your fucking bedroom and, it's like really dark and your dumbass doesn't turn on the light and you're just like, maybe if I just, I use the force and I can just, find my way to my closet and then gagoosh, and then you fucking nail your knee or your shin into, whatever chair, that's oddly shaped, like the one chair that your wife keeps in the fucking bedroom that's all weird. It's just like, it's old and it's vintage and it's just like a piece of art, and it's got the fucking wood that sticks out, and it's got the twirly wood, and it's all carved, like hand carved, like an old man carved it, and then but your fucking knee hits it, and it feels like murder, and then you contemplate murder on her, but then you're like, no, I'm pretty locked in. I put a ring on that. We have a place. It's a lot, so maybe not murder right now. Maybe on the second or third time. I'm pushing for like a hard 3. Like if I did it again on the third time, she's got to go. You know, I know what you're saying. Get rid of the chair. I think she'd rather die than get rid of that chair. I'm just saying. That's what it is. That's life, though. I don't know how we got here to this conversation. How did we start talking about killing my wife? Because I would never do that. But I mean, I would say, let's get rid of the chair. And she's no, I'm not going to get rid of that chair over my dead body. And then I would just have a bat out of nowhere. I would just have it, which is the name, which is the name of the podcast. We're about to know. Yeah, it's crazy. Fucking A. Traveling, doing some travels, some. I used to not be so into the traveling. I used to be very. I mean, it's not like it was like a far, long ago thing. I mean, every once in a while, I'll still like go to the airport and be like, all right, so we're getting inside of a tube, and then we're gonna get in that tube, and we're just gonna be in the fucking air next to space. No. What? No. How about you fucking at the moment that I hit the fucking the portal, the fucking, hallway going to the airplane. How about you fucking inject something in my neck? I hate needles, by the way. Fucking nope. Never. Nope. But if it would knock me out and then I'd immediately wake up on, in Vegas or wherever I'm going, and then just be like, I'm great. I'm good to go. Cool. We're good. Let's go. Grab my bags. We're going now. I would say do that. Just fatigue, and then just like pass out. Wake up. Oh, we're here. Cool. I mean, let's face it. Who wouldn't want that for the sake of time, But just the idea of like being fucking fully conscious. Like, all right, I'm in a tube in the sky. And what are we going to do? We can watch and pretend like we're actually paying attention to whatever movie or bullshit we're watching up at the front here. Or we can look down at the fucking earth and be like, oh, I really hope I don't hit that at a fast pace anytime soon. Okay, cool. That's there. Gonna focus here. Now it's not working. Okay, let's go back down here. Nope, that's worse. Okay, let's make small chit chat. Hey, honey, you liking the... I don't care. Okay, let's try to focus back here. Okay, yeah, that's not... Okay, I don't even fucking hate this. I would never watch this in real life. Out of the 3 movies that they let me watch, I chose this, and I still regret it. This is still awful. Fuck, that's still far down. Shit. All right, let's try you again. No, how about you're asleep now? Ah, shit. Hey, sweet old man. Let's watch him. Oh, he's holding his wife's... Oh, he's having a heart attack. Okay, try not to focus on that. Back to this shitty... There's no other... Okay. No, we're just going to have to... Okay, we're going to try to sleep now. Okay, cool. Let's try to sleep in my little seat here. Okay. No, I would never naturally sleep like this. Therefore, I haven't trained enough for trying to sleep in this position. So this is doing nothing. I'm just consistently thinking about sleeping. Can't sleep. Not going to sleep. Still trying to, nope, it's not going to work. Okay. Oh, she got me one of those C-shaped pillows. Now I'm going to choke to death. Now I'm choking to death. I can't, that's me traveling. That's what that was. Okay. So the first time that I think I was in a plane, it was kind of like that. It was just kind of like constantly like, oh, fuck. Now it's like, whatever. Okay, cool. The ground's down there, whatever. And you actually are kind of, I get into it a little. I'm like, oh, cool. What are those circles in the fields? That's crazy. Oh, is that a farm? That's crazy. Oh, cool. A city, whatever. And then it's just, it's the same shit over and over. And then you're like, well, whatever. Now it's boring. And then now, luckily, they have more than like 2 movies or whatever, but still a handful of shit I probably wouldn't watch, to be, if I'm being honest. And still married to her, so I still have to see her. I've tried to tell her, like, look, couldn't I, it's a risk, but couldn't I put you just in the luggage and then you can go underneath the plane? For whatever reason, she threatens divorce. I don't understand it. It's just, some people are just so fucking rude. They're just so fucking rude. Just go underneath the plane. Just fucking set her and forget her, like that old fucking infomercial. God, I was thinking about that the other day, fucking infomercials. I miss I know they still do infomercials and shit, but I miss just the cheesy, like the dude, like just the fucking, the dudes that are just so white. They got the fucking Cosby sweater. They got that comb over, the glasses. And they're like, hey, Dan, I just showed up to the studio, and what do you got for me? Well, you know how you don't like to cook chicken at all. It actually scares you, and you don't spice it up at all. You just hope that the air is just going to naturally spice it up. Yeah, that sounds exactly like me. Well, you're in luck. Since you don't like to cook chicken, we have this amazing machine that you open it up, you put your chicken inside, and it turns it and cooks it. So you set it and forget it, and your house won't burn down. Yeah, how has that not happened? How have we made it this far? And you haven't really heard, granted, this has been like 20 years or so, at least 20 years, that they've had it. I'm talking about the rotisserie machine. Fucking, you put your chicken on it, rotisseries, does it, rotates, and you set it and forget it. That was the fucking tagline. How has there not been more stories about so I set it, and then my house set on fire, and then I thought I could just forget it. Now I'm forgetting my family. Like, how do you not? I don't know. That's just, it's Chronicles of Narnia. You think there would be more stories about that happening, but there's not. But going back to motherfudging infomercials, there was this one infomercial. It was where it was like a homebrew. There's been a few more, like in the mid 2000s that they had this, but it was like late 90s. Like maybe about, I want to say like 96 or 97, they had this infomercial where you can make your own homebrew at home. Hold on, I'm going to check the time real quick. What do we got? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. It's going to keep an eye on that time. I'm still figuring shit out. I could do like a digital timer or something, but no, we're not that fancy yet. Okay, we're just getting started. Okay, the party is just getting started. Okay. Just relax. No, you relax. Okay. So, no, there's this infomercial about these guys. They were doing homebrew. It was a guy and a girl, and they were obviously showing it like, oh, it does this and blah blah blah, makes this kind of brew, and then it comes and includes these 4 or 5 different packets of different flavors and blah 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 and these kinds of hops, this and that. I don't know. It was a very small operation. I've seen people make homemade, beer and shit, and it was definitely not that. It was very much like a, some grandma's version of making, booze at home. It's like, yeah, so I just got this pot, right? And then I got this little packet, and we're just gonna put these spices inside, and then we're just gonna make a nice little booze for the family. And it's like, that's what it felt like. It's just like grandma's booze. Grandma's booze is essentially a bucket and some sugar packets. It's got some sugar packets. We're just gonna put those in there. You set it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, and then when you go back to check on it, you got booze. Don't drink too much. You got to make sure to share and not get sloppy. It's just like, that's what it was. God. But that doesn't sound bad either. If you could, like, I don't know. If I was doing that with like my grandma and we were making like homemade booze, then that would be cool. But if it was just me doing it, it's like, no, give me the fucking steel pots, all the steel pots, and we're gonna fucking like a cauldron, but it's like a man thing kind of, and there's like, I don't know what the shit is. I've seen it. I've seen people do it, but yeah, it looks cool. It's like a little science project. Probably on further investigation and research, it's probably something that would be, I mean, a little too much for me. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably first day, I'd be like, all right, cool. We got the pot. We got the thing. We got, yeah, this is fucking a lot. And I spent so much money on it. So I'm probably just gonna throw this away. Just go to the store and get beer. They sell beer at the store, I remembered. So I don't need to do this. This is a waste of time. Why am I trying to do it myself? Like, I've had some pretty good home, like friends would be like, yeah, I made this beer. And it's like, and it's got this flavor to it. It smells like a couch, like an old couch from the 70s, but it tastes like how leather would back in the old West. What do you think of that? Yeah, it's got that nice crisp, but yet smooth taste to it. And it's like, okay, yeah, dude, it tastes like beer. Cool. Like, I feel like that's more often happening. I do have a couple of friends that make amazing, so you guys don't count. You guys know who you are, who will never watch this, but you know who you are. You guys make fantastic. I have like 2 friends. You guys make fantastic booze. Not talking about you. Not talking about you. But just the casual, hey, I just figured this shit out a couple days ago, so we're gonna try it out. And then like by like the third, like 6 months into it, they're like, oh, guess what, guys? I finally made it taste like beer, or at least what beer, what a 12-year-old would think a beer tastes like. Because when I was 12, I thought this is what a beer would taste like, so it's like a beer. So you should be impressed. I'm just saying, like, it's almost a beer. So pay me money. Give me money. Right now. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't know. Another infomercial that I saw that was that's what's crazy. It's not crazy. I keep using I overuse crazy way too much. Hey, want to hear something crazy? Dog farted. He did. He farted. He just came out. It's like a poop, but it's air. How crazy. It's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. End of that rant. No, this other infomercial was it was like a cooler, but it had all the shit like everything like you would need for like a picnic on the beach or when you're camping or whatever. It had fucking everything. It had fucking like a grill. It had like reusable ice packets. Just a ridiculous. But like for like even I don't know, any guy, I guess you could say, would watch that if they just caught it for 2 minutes and they were like on their way out. They'd be like, oh fuck, I want to watch more about this. Like, and you gotta imagine you don't have a cell phone. It's like, say it's like mid-90s. And you're on your way out the door, headed for work, and your TV's on, and then you see this infomercial about this like crazy, like all-in-one party extravaganza in a little fucking cooler, and you just see that it's like when you open it up, it's like, blah, you got the grill, blah, you got chairs, bam, you got like a little fire pit, just like everything you need. Oh, you're like, fuck, I need to, oh, no, do I need my job? Oh, fuck, I don't know if I could call in. I could call in possibly, oh, fuck, because that's, I mean, to me, when you see that for like 2 seconds, you're like, that's really cool. But I noticed that with time, you watch it and you're just like, that's the dumbest fucking thing. That is stupid. No one would ever use that. You know that if like, those fucking, Swiss Army knives that have like the butter knife, the fork and the spoon in it, like the spork or whatever. Like no one's using that. No one is using it. No one's using the fucking spork. That was like so many different accents in one. I'm so good at it. I'm so good. I just gave you so many accents. Why am I not getting fucking paid? Why are you not fucking paying me? Why am I not having knots? I need It's okay. We're working on it. It's okay. Um, yeah, I'm bitter. Um, yeah. So yeah, infomercials are pretty crazy. You just don't. It's like I don't know. Like I'm making quite a leap here, but there's just like a lot of things from the 90s like that. I mean, and infomercials have been around for a long, long time, but there's just something magical that, I think just as people, like we made this like crazy like transition into like the 80s is just amazing, but the 90s was like a mixture of the 80s and like 90s is what the 80s was if you were to tell the 80s like, hey, guess what? It's about to be the year 2000. So future, right? We're going to space and we're going to live with robots and we're all going to be made out of metal parts. So we made it. Okay. Cause I feel like at some point you can look at like stylistically as people in the 90s from like from the early 90s, like everybody was just still like it's like they were brushing off the like, oh, I still got some 80s on me, fuck, oh shit, what is it, where did this laser beam come from, fuck, in the neon. But then like in the later half of the 90s, it was just like, what's that? Oh man, is that the future? That's the year 2000. Oh my god, did you see this? Did you know this? Oh my god. That is the year 2000. Oh my god. Are there lasers in there? Everybody's wearing platinum everything? Platinum shoes, platinum pants, platinum shirts, platinum jackets, platinum hats, platinum lipstick, platinum fucking eyeliner. This is about to get crazy because then when the 2000s hit, it was like everybody was trying so hard, but yeah, we're in the future now. It's the future. It's the year 2000. Yeah. We're gonna be in space. We're gonna live in space. We're gonna live on the moon and Mars at the same time, and we're gonna time travel to the future and the past at the same time. Like it was just seriously though. There was like you can look at anything from MTV to just how people were just dressing, everything. Everybody's like a try hard when it came to like we're in the year 2000. The hair, everybody was like over gelling and spraying shit in their hair, and that spiky everything. Everything was spikes, platinum and spikes. Like that's, if I had a band, it would be called Platinum and Spikes. From the year 2000, it would be a mixture of like pop, it would be like a boy band, but it would also be like a heavy metal band, like fucking. It'd be like Slipknot and Backstreet Boys. Like I would try to mash the fuck out of those because that is to me. Oh, and and then the second CD that would come out would be a rap rock album. We would go from like, hey girl, I wanna fuck, all that shit, to immediately we're like, POD, Limp Bizkit. I mean, oh my god, man, that would be a super group. That would be a super group from the early 2000s. It would be like somebody from Slipknot, somebody from Backstreet Boys, and then somebody from the main dude from POD. I feel so alive for the very first time. I can't deny you. Why do I know that? I haven't heard that song in fucking years. I haven't heard that shit. That's crazy. I haven't heard that song in years. I haven't heard it in years. Okay, it's been so long. I just remember, oh my god, blah. Man, that was some awful shit. Or no, maybe the supergroup would be like, it would be like the drummer, or I don't want to get into this shit. I don't really fucking care all that much. There would have to be a supergroup from like Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, Backstreet Boys, and Britney Spears does, she does appearances every once in a while. And Christina Aguilera, she's just there, trying to, ride on the coattails of Britney Spears. I mean, am I right? I mean, like, she may have been the more talented, I can't do it. But Brittany was more popular. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She was more popular. Okay. How was I talking about this? How the fuck did you let me go on this tangent? I don't even know how I got here. Who are you? What year is it? I'm from the future. I'm here to save John Connor. You led me astray. All right. Now I'm stuck. I'm Kyle Reese in this scenario. Kyle Reese is from the first Terminator, if you didn't know. I don't know what you know. I'm just letting you know what I know so that we both know, and you can follow me on this journey of this crazy tangent. I haven't had any sugar today. I did have a bunch of grapes. I don't know if that makes me hyper or not, but that was several hours ago. That was many hours ago. I don't know how I get this way. I was just born this way. Hey, bitch is better than all of them, by the way. Fucking the Gagas. She's, yeah, don't care. Don't know why I'm talking about it. Just dropping facts. And I feel like I would have to go on to talk about it for you to care or to make it relevant. No, you know what? I'm just going to say things sometimes, and that'll be all. And no, that'll be all. And good day, sir. And a good day, sir. Oh, yeah, you're going to get good dayed real quick. You're going to get good dayed so hard. You won't even know I hit you. Craziness. But yeah, I don't know how I went on that tangent. I don't know how I got there. I think I was going to talk about something with infomercials. I don't know. But that is an observation I've always had, is that like the early 90s was like, hey, we just came out of the 80s, so we just want to let you know we're here for you. And then after 95, everybody's wearing fucking some dark ass sunglasses, spiky hair, and black trench coats and platinum shirts and shoes. That's what they were doing. The chain wallet. Ridiculous. Man. I was trying the other day, I don't know why I do this. I have this thing where like every once in a while, I'll just get on this nostalgia trip, and I'm all about that nostalgia. I'll get this on this nostalgia trip where I want to look up old catalogs from when I was like a little kid. Like JCPenney, Sears. They would always have like a little bit of everything. I'd go right to the toys or like guitars and stuff like that. And they would just have that shit. They would just have it. It was so crazy. Guys, it was so crazy. They would just have things, and no, but for real, I would look at the magazine and be like, I want those things. But then I'd be like, I am also 5, and I know I'm never going to get these things until I'm an adult. So I would cut out pictures, and what I would do is I'd put them in envelopes and then put them in our mailbox, and my parents would find it and be like, oh, that's sweet. We're not going to buy it for them, but that is cute. And that's the way that cookie crumbled, baby. That's just the way it was, baby. Yeah, that's the way it was in Steve's world. But yeah, no, so I was actually trying to look up, to go back to what I was originally saying, was what I was doing recently was trying to look up old, I don't know if Hot Topic had catalogs, but I remember before I even went to Hot Topic, like I would see an ad and they would just have like all these things, and I thought it was so cool, but I was like 11 or 12. Like the chain wallets and the fucking, you could buy like a bag of spikes and just spike up your wardrobe. Why what I need? I'm not living in medieval times, but I thought it was cool. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put spikes on my hat, and then I'm going to put spikes on my jacket, and then no one will be able to touch me. I'll be like, fuck you, dude. You're getting a spike in your... Nah, like, why? Like, why would I do that? Like, why would anybody... Why? I don't know. But I did eventually buy a bag of spikes, and I spiked up a leather jacket that I never wore. Never wore it. I wore it for Halloween, because I had friends that would wear the spiky clothes, and spike their hair and all that shit. And when I had fucking hair, I spiked my hair once. I'm like, nah, it's not me. I can't do it. I mean, like, I feel like I'm enough of a crazy, I'm a jokester, but I couldn't, no, I can't. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I mean, that's why. I just told you why. But yeah, I can't. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I feel like I am ridiculous enough. I don't need help. I don't need extra help in that department. So yeah, I'm gonna finally drink this. Ooh, water, colored water. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like I say, it's crazy. Yeah, but just looking up those old catalogs just to see what kind of crazy shit. Because yeah, I don't know, just brings me back. I don't know. I like to go back and be like, I like to feel things. When I look at you, girl, and I see you, it's like I feel like, a part of me is like a kid again. You know what I'm saying, girl? So I'm saying we should try it out again. What do you say? No? Okay, cool. You have a good day. You don't tell anybody about this, okay? Cool. So speaking of the catalog, I would cut out, like, when I was a little kid, cut out shit for toys and stuff, put in an envelope. I was just telling my friend this the other day. One of the things I wanted so bad, and this is so random, is a He-Man toy. This is about like 90, 91 or something like that. This is definitely like 4 or 5 years after the Masters of the Universe movie came out in 1987 by Canon Films, starring Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella. Such a good movie. Watch it. But I was like, no, I need a He-Man sword. And I found this He-Man sword. It was like big, yellow, and it's got fucking sounds and shit. I'm like, I want that in right here. And then I'm like, And then so one day I walk out. My dad calls me out into the living room. I think I'm like 4 or 5. And I walk out in the living room. I'm like, what's up? And then my dad's like, in the living room, we had this big freezer just in the living room. Don't know why. Just this big ass freezer. It's literally as big as our refrigerator. And I don't recall that we stored so much fucking meat and shit. Like, I don't know why. Anyway, I digress. So he goes, check this out, bud. Goes on top of the freezer and then pulls out, fucking box. And out of the box pulls out the fucking He-Man sword. And I'm like, oh my God. And I pee, shit, and cum everywhere. And it was like, I was so excited. And then my dad's like, check this out, though. And he fucking hits one of the sound effects. And it just does its thing, lights up and everything. I don't know what it was, but it scared the fuck out of me. It scared the absolute shit out of me. So the moment he goes, I'm just like, oh! And I fucking go to the bathroom. And then he goes, no, wait, it's okay. And then like he runs after me because what do when you scare a kid? You chase him like a fucking maniac, apparently. I go inside the fucking bathroom and then I turn around. And he's right there. And he's like, no, it's okay. And hits more buttons as I'm like, I want to go. And then I don't remember much after that because apparently I went crazy or something. But no, next day, I remember waking up. I'm like, Dad, I think I'm ready to play with that toy now. I've matured, and I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to put myself out there and just try it out. Let's have it. I already took it back to the store because you were having an exorcism or whatever, and took it back because it made you crazy. So yeah. And I'm like, fair enough. I remember I don't know if I said fair enough, but I had that feeling of like, that is fair. That is fair. I did freak out like a maniac over some sound effects and lighting. So fair, Dad. That's accurate. Thank you for doing that. And I shook his hand, and the deal was closed, and we went our separate ways, and I never met him. I never saw him again. I've never. No, I'm just that last part's a lie. But we did shake hands, and then I sold him a house. I said, okay, you just bought a house. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. That's not true either. I wasn't a real estate agent at 5. Why would I do that? I was doing other things. I was like watching TV. I was watching Ren and Stimpy. I was running around in blue sweatpants with no shirt, acting like He-Man with no fucking sword because apparently I can't hold my shit together. Because I'm ridic. I'm ridic. And that story was ridic, but true. It was true. And that's my life in a nutshell. I want something so bad, but I'm so scared of it, I can't handle it. Wow, that is actually very accurate. All right, moving along. Yeah, so, hold on, I gotta check that time. I gotta find out a better system, but, okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I was gonna wait for current events for later, but since we already started talking about catalogs and stuff, I want to reference something. What was it? Okay. So, awesome. Didn't save it, but I'll. So apparently, Sears is actually going through some shit. Sears is closing a bunch of stores and shit, and that sucks. I bought I've been into filmmaking and just making short videos, ever since I was a teenager, ever since I was a little kid, and I bought several of my things, my electronics from Sears. It's not like they're gone. Okay, first off, it's not like they're gone. It's not like they could be. I mean, that's not an impossibility. Given like Amazon and shit taking over the way it is. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not going to act like, I don't know. But the more important thing, I think the takeaway is, I read an article today that this professor wrote. I think he was from Harvard. I don't know. I read the important shit. Okay. He was talking about the importance of Sears, back, when there was, Jim Crow and stuff, and what that did, for the black community and everything. And I thought that was like, I never knew that. So essentially, for those of you who don't know, is Sears started off, not only having their shops, but they would also send out a catalog, and that would allow people of color to purchase things without having to go into the store where they would get turned down anyway or get harassed or whatever. And that was huge. And there was companies that were trying to go after Sears, for doing that in the first place. And obviously that didn't work out. And then sure enough, when Sears was really taken off, Jim Crow was, long gone. Or at least, it was, out of there by the 60s. So, yeah, it's just, it's pretty phenomenal. Like, what we, like what everybody takes for granted, and just like something how big that was. And, obviously like companies and organizations and stuff like that, they change all the time. So, I mean, people, that's very true of people, they start off doing some pretty amazing things and stuff that, can change history, and, completely change course of like how we interact with everybody else in the world, and, do some great things, but then, could very well end up, not the corporation that we grew up with or the person that we knew and love. And, that got heavy. I'm going to need a hefty bag to put how fucking, all that shit in there. So, cause it was so heavy, I couldn't connect the two, hefty and heavy. I can't even form. That's how heavy that was. I couldn't even form a fucking joke. That's how heavy it was. But, no, for serious though, it's it's crazy. It's going to be interesting to see, the world and how we, shop and, purchase things in general, whatever it may be, in the coming, 10, 20 years, because just a lot of even, big box stores, can't compete with places like Walmart, Costco, and Amazon. I mean, mainly Amazon, let's face it. I mean, because I feel like Amazon's going to be there before anybody else. So, we're going to get all of our shit we're going to get everything from Amazon. All of our movies are going to come from Walt Disney. We're just going to get, everything entertainment wise is going to be Walt Disney, and everything, that we need to live and breathe is going to be from Amazon. So, I think we're pretty set. I think if we just stick with those two, we'll be good. Unless, somebody invents like teleportation, then it's just like fucking game over. I don't even know what that would mean. Teleportation would change everything. Also super fictional, can't happen, but would be pretty nar. Would be pretty nar. I think it would be pretty nar. Let me see what else we got on here. Let's see what else we got on here. Let's see what else we got on here. I just wanna read. eBay sues Amazon, accusing it of poaching sellers, according to CNN. So eBay filed a lawsuit against Amazon in Santa Clara. I'm an idiot. Santa Clara County on Wednesday, alleging it fraudulently poached its high-value sellers by infiltrating an internal messaging system called M2M. In filing, eBay says its rival is unwilling to fairly compete for third-party seller business. I think whatever, kind of, like, I don't know. There's just, to me, it's like eBay. I see eBay and Amazon as two different things, but oftentimes when I'm buying shit like an HDMI cable or like some weird adapter or something like that, I often look up both Amazon and eBay to compare prices, because, sometimes there might be some shit cheaper on eBay, but there also might be shit cheaper on Amazon. But it's like, okay, well, who if it's like, well, who am I going to get faster from? Am I going to get faster from Amazon? Most of the time it's Amazon now. So the price has got to be really good on eBay for me to be like, okay, I'll wait a month to get this, and then I'll just say, fuck this, whatever, on Amazon. But yeah, I don't, it's kind of like eBay. I'm sorry. I don't know about the ins and outs of the messaging shit and like the luring and stuff like that. They fucking, for all I know, they could have something, but I feel like at this point it's like you're really gonna pick a fight with Amazon? You're really gonna pick a fight with Amazon? Electronic Bay. All right. Your funeral, man. Hey, I'm just saying. Whoa. eBay, simmer down, okay? I'm just saying, okay? But for real, it's like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. What is that gonna do? Nothing. It's gonna do absolutely nothing. It's not even gonna make a dent. Pretty crazy. All right, moving on up. Down. Making up songs with my own voice. Movie Pass's parent company being investigated over fraud concerns. You don't say. You mean the sketchy app program subscription has sketchy parent company? Oh, you don't say? What time is it again? No shit o'clock? Yeah, I think that's what time it was. Is no shit o'clock. Because we're located at No Fucking Dub Boulevard. But I gotta get going to I saw that from a mile away center. That's where we like to meet up and just hang out. But Yeah, that's where we're going. No shit, they are fucking fraudulent, and I mean, it's so silly. Like, why even hear a comment from what they have to say anyway? But let's see, what do they say? We are aware of New York Attorney General's inquiry and fully cooperating. We believe our public disclosures have been complete, timely and truthful, and we have not misled investors. We look forward to the opportunity to demonstrate that to the New York Attorney General. All right. Well, I mean, that's pretty, straightforward. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, no shit. Movie Pass was cool for 2 seconds, and yeah, it was super hard to believe, but I don't know. The moment shit went downhill, was not surprised whatsoever. I mean, it was still it was more of a bummer than anything. You're like, ah, shit. That super too good to be true thing is no longer really around. It was around. I mean, it's still around, but it's it's not even the same fucking thing. It doesn't even feel like the same thing. And like I said before, on the last one, is by the time that I had stopped the subscription, then I felt like it was I was already late to the game. Man, I've had this for 1 month too long. I need to get the fuck out. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, that's a no shit on that one. I don't know. I don't know why I even brought that up as news. I mean, it's but we'll see what happens. But I mean, that should be, you would think that if that went bad, then that's it. Then, it should be done. I mean, I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking in the first place. Why even try? Why even try? Why even try? Why would you even try? You don't need to lie. Ryman. The Connors killed Roseanne. Here's the reaction so far. Not gonna even look into the reaction, because I can tell you my reaction is Roseanne is an idiot. I loved the show growing up. Actually re-watched it last year. I did a marathon of the whole thing, and it was great. I loved it. I love all the characters on all the actors. So good. But you dumb, Roseanne. You stupid. You are a fucking idiot, and you say idiotic things and stupid shit. There are times where I'm like, man, I kind of feel bad, but it's no, you said fucking stupid shit, and your excuses were even dumber. No, you're dumb. Fuck you, you're dumb. And you deserve it. And the way that they handled it, apparently, in the show, I believe it was over a pill overdose, prescription medication, which, killed her career, essentially, because apparently she was on Ambien when she did these tweets saying these, ridiculous shit about, this lady looking like an ape or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they handled it. I think they handled it the right way. And apparently, the way that the show's going now is it feels like the old school humor, from the 90s and stuff. So, and that's doing really well. And I heard that the opening, the first show was great. So fucking good for them. I'm glad, because I've always been a firm believer that if there is one person who did something awful or atrocious, whatever, yeah, fuck them. They deserve whatever they deserve, but don't fuck everybody else, no one else deserves, shit canned or whatever. It's like what they did with House of Cards, brilliant. Yeah. Fuck him, kick him out, keep everybody else, let them finish the show. Makes sense. it's just it really sucks when there's other things or when there's other people involved and it's all ruined because of one person, you know? And I'm glad that it seems that more and more times that this happens, unfortunately, that companies are like, well, we got to give this a shot. Like, yeah, they were the main, like maybe this person was the main draw, but let's give it a shot. And, I feel like, I mean, if Fuller House can do well, apparently it's doing, I haven't watched or anything, but I just cannot stand Candace Cameron or the Camerons in general. Just fuck, yeah, no. But, haven't seen that, but apparently it's doing really well. And like, I guess like the main cast like pops in once in a while, but they're not like the main, like like Bob Saget, Uncle Jesse, Dave Coulier. How is it that I remember Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, John Stamos? There it is. Ha. Get edit that out later. Yeah. But like, so I would imagine the Connors does pretty well, and I hope it does well because they deserve it, and because they all seem like good people. Like I love John Goodman, and it'd be awesome to check that out. So. I'm glad, and I feel like they're handling it the right way. I will say I haven't seen the episode yet. I've only seen a few episodes of the first season, but not this one. So maybe on the next one I'll comment on it. But it just, from what I've read, it seems like they're handling it pretty well, and fucking good for them. I mean, if you're somebody like a Roseanne, who says stupid shit, like, yeah, you can be forgiven. You could be given a second chance or another shot, but whatever decision somebody makes in terms of like this, like killing her off, completely fair. This is not like a one and done time she's ever said something. Like, it was like multiple shit over years, like maybe a couple of big things, but just like her behavior, in the past few years has just been, and yeah, I do understand that she does have problems, with her mental stability. That's one thing. But when she has all the tools in front of her, and yeah, you could say like, oh, well, she slipped up, but if you're a shitty person, like, you're always going to be a shitty person. Like, yeah, okay, so you took some Ambien and you drank a beer, which she was saying that, like, yeah, I guess you're never supposed to mix those two or something like that, or you shouldn't be, in my opinion, you shouldn't be mixing alcohol and prescription drugs in the first place at all. But yeah, it's just like, at that point, to me, it's like that doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how much your mental health goes into you just being shitty to people of other races and just people that are different from you. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to look into that more and figure that out, but I just don't want that shit in my life. I don't want that. Cut that shit out. Cut that motherfucker out. Gonna take these scissors and cut the motherfucker out. That was really it for the fucking, the bits about the news. But I'm going to check that time one more time. About to wrap it up here in a second. But yeah, okay, real quick. That's what I wanted to do. Shiat from a biatch, driving a Fiat, sucking on some T-yachts, riding in some yachts, fucking sitting too long, getting some blood cleots. Hey guys, that was so funny. How funny am I? Movies that came out recently. I can't remember how far back I went from the last time. I don't even know how many. I just don't remember. We'll go back. Fucking 3 days. So on We Will Sigh. Oh, fuck, it doesn't tell me. Oh, it says it right there, Steve. I don't know how to read, okay? October 15th, we have Judgment Night, came out in 1993, and Fight Club in 1998. If you haven't seen Judgment Night, it's the shit. It's got Emilio Estevez, Dennis Leary, Cuba Gooding Jr., and what's his fucking name? He was in The Gate. Steven Dorff. Yeah, so it's about these guys who get on a bus and they're gonna head to a game, like a basketball game, and because they just need to get out, bro out for a night. They get in some heavy traffic. They decide to get off the bridge and then drive through the inner city to make it to their destination. But guess what? Their shit breaks down or something. And while they're waiting, they look out their fucking RV and they see Dennis Leary cap this motherfucker. And they see that they saw that. So then the whole movie is like them getting chased throughout the inner city. And then there's all these other layers and shit to the movie that's just really cool. Check it out. And the soundtrack's dope.com/rad dash soups dope. So also check out that soundtrack. A lot of really cool bands on there. And then Fight Club's Fight Club. If you don't know what Fight Club is, get out of here. Or you know what? Come over to my house because I'm going to start a club. Don't want to talk about it too much, but come over to my house. We'll start a club. It's Fight Club. It's Fight Club. And then I'm going to fight you. Or at least make you watch Fight Club. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to have a Fight Club that is actual fighting or just a Fight Club where we exclusively talk about Fight Club. But then once you're not in Fight Club, when you're not doing Fight Club, you don't talk about it. You don't talk about how you're in a club about watching the movie Fight Club. That's the rule. That's the only rule that I have. So just follow it, okay? Or you know what? You don't get to be in my club, okay? You don't even get to be in my club. Just, if you're going to act like that, not going to be in my club. Released in theaters on October 16th was Prom Night. Jamie Lee Curtis, come on. Candyman, 1992. Movie scared the fuck out of me. Scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Scared the fucking fuck out of me. Movie's scary. Yeah. And just the cinematography and what's his face? Actual Candyman. What the fuck? Tony Todd. Yeah, Tony Todd is just a fucking beast of an actor. Just fucking fantastic. And then, of course, October 16th of 1998, Bride of Chucky. So, I mean, oh, man. There's so much I could talk about this right now. All right, cool. Extended podcast. Go. Yeah, so I watched Child's Play for the first time in a long fucking time. Showed my wife. Cause she's like, it's one of those movies I just kind of popped on and never really watched all the way through. And I was like, me kinda. I mean, I remember from when I was a little kid, which by the way, I didn't just like stumble upon it when I was a kid. It wasn't like, oh, I'm watching this movie. I better keep a lookout and just make sure no one's. No, it was like full on like. My parents are like, oh, yeah, we're watching Child's Play. It's about a killer doll. Would you like to join us, son, who is 5 years old? Would you like to join us for this fun time that we're going to family time that we're going to have? Son, would you like that? Cool. Sit down. And you're going to sit there by yourself on the floor and then go to bed immediately after this and not be terrified. Can you do that, son? Cool. Let's watch this show. Yeah, that's what parents didn't give a fuck at all. That is a whole nother story. So, watched it, terrified. Hadn't really watched it since when I was, when I was a little kid. And then I think I caught it maybe once or twice in like the mid 2000s or something, maybe. But I just didn't care. Like I was like, I kind of knew what Chucky was, and I just wrote him off completely. And I do that with movies. I'll write them off, and then this happens. So, cut to last week. She's like, let's watch this shit. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I go from like being like glued to my phone, which I always am. Like, I'm like, I need to watch this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. Need to watch it. And then immediately go on my phone and be like, oh, credits? Cool. Awesome. I enjoy it. What was that movie? Yeah. I'm awful. I feel like, but that's how everybody is though, you know? And if that's true, we need to stop. This is a PSA. Get off your phone, even when you're at home. God, that's a good one. That's a shirt. That's a poster. Get off your phone, even when you're at home. But no, I was like watching it, and I did one of these. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, I didn't do that. But I was like into it. I was watching it. I was just like, damn, like this is good. And I was impressed. And I think a large part of that is after, because I just got done rewatching Fright Night like 50 times because that's like one of my favorite movies. Love Fright Night. And then, you know, Tom Holland directed that and wrote it. And he also co-wrote and directed Child's Play. So I was like, I feel like after just knowing that as an adult, it completely changed my view of how I would, you know, watch Child's Play. And I was just immediately like, all right, babe, do you want to continue this and just like watch all of them now? Do you want to watch all of them? All of the 6 sequels that there are? Let's go. Fucking done. And then we were just up for 20 days. Not that the movies are that long. It's just that we were just, you know, we were up for 20 days. Because who gives a fuck? And but we watched the second one, you know, I'll watch all the way through. And interesting, what happens is that like the first 2, Child's Play 2 are great. A lot of people say, after me doing some reading online with my eyes, people were saying like, yeah, Child's Play 2 is almost better than part 1. And I don't know if you can say that because they almost feel like 2 different movies. The first movie is very like slow. It's a mystery. It's like, you know, like, how is this going to play out? How is Chucky? I mean, is he just going to be quiet the whole time? He's going to be fully... No one really knew, you know? And speaking of the mystery point of it before I continue, is Tom Holland originally wanted there to be more mystery of, like, is Chucky really alive? Is he really, you know, is Charles Lee Ray really... possessing this doll, or is it the fucking kid who's going around killing people? That would be, I mean, write that movie anyway. Do that movie anyway. Don't call it Child's Play, like, but just make that. I mean, there's so many fucking doll movies. There's been so many slasher movies. Why not? I mean, fucking that would be insane. Imagine that little adorable kid. Oh, he's like 6 or 7. That adorable kid going around murdering, massacring people like the way that they did in Child's Play. That would be super crazy. Sorry, Michael Jackson possessed me. No, he didn't molest me. He possessed me. Fucking pervs. Fucking perverts. Yeah, so watched those movies, and they were pretty good. But something interesting about it is that the first 2 were great. Second one, a lot of people, you know, revered as like the better one. Third one was all right. It was okay. I enjoyed it, but it was, I don't know, just the second one was just like there was so much color to it, and it was just like the action beats were good. But this is where you start to realize like most slashers, you know, comparing Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, is that there's not a lot of room, you know, for them to go. There's not a lot of like, you know, like once you've seen a couple of them, you're like, all right, get it. And unless the story is like good, like unless it's like evolving enough for you to sit through the same teenagers getting killed in slightly different ways, then who gives fuck? Who gives fuck? Right? I mean, like, oh, okay, cool. Chucky, wait, he does what? this is part 6, okay? And then Chucky goes into a home and acts like a doll. And then he slowly starts murdering people. Who gives fuck? Who gives fuck? I don't. And that's why it gets interesting. So, because I will say, no matter what, Chucky's story, good or bad, whatever, how you view it, it gets weird. It gets real fucking weird. And you know what? You haven't seen it? Shut this bitch off now, because I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And I'm running into my time. I mean, I don't have a set time, but I just want to make it like an hour to hour and a half. But I'm just going to blaze through this. So, you have Chucky. Charles Lee Ray possesses the doll. He goes and he hangs out with Andy and kills a bunch of people around Andy. And then he gets like fucking burnt up, melted down. And then in the second one, he comes back. He gets rebuilt because of all this controversy around the good guy dolls. And and they're like saying, "Oh, our dolls aren't defective. Like they're good. They're still good guys." So they try to rebuild it, but then in the testing process, Chucky kills one of the guys, and so he escapes, and then he ends up finding Andy again because he's in foster care. And his mom is in a mental institution. Yeah, it gets dark, and no happy ever after there. So then after that, Chucky chases Andy and his foster sister around, and then he gets melted down in the original factory where the good guy dolls were. Then you cut to like 5 or 6 years later. Andy's kind of like 16, 17 years old at this boot camp, military school, where he gets picked on and all this shit. But anyway, Chucky ends up killing a bunch of kids and all this other shit, and like parents and whatnot. And he ends up getting like cut the fuck up because Andy. And I'll say something about the third movie. The third movie didn't have that like trilogy feel of like, this could be it. This could be Andy's last time fighting Chucky, who ruined his fucking life, sent his mom to wherever, to the mental institution. He's been probably on all these different meds, seeing all these different like therapists, trying to convince himself that none of this was real, even though he knows it's been real on 3 different occurrences. By the end of the climax of the movie, there's no like connection of like almost like this weird bittersweet, connection that he would have. You would think that he would have with Chucky of like, I'm finally going to kill you, you son of a bitch, because you ruined my life, and here it is. But it's just more of like all right, so I'm doing things and I kill you and you're dead. And that's the end of the movie. Money. I killed Chucky, money. Oh, okay, yeah, so we're running around, and he's chasing us. He kills that guy, fights me a little bit, but then he kills that guy, trying to possess the little boy. And then me and the boy climb a big rock thing, and then Chucky's climbing, and then I throw Chucky into a big fucking fan that serves no other purpose other than cutting up a large size fucking 30-inch doll and shreds him into a million pieces. I killed him, give me money. Like, come on. You could have done a lot more, there could have been more emotional gravitas, but there wasn't so sad. And then what happens after that, we cut to Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky, weird movie because it's trying to be like a comedy. And that Ronnie Yu motherfucker who did Freddy vs. Jason, which I still haven't forgiven him for. So like rewatching that was just kind of like, okay, pass. Even though there was some stuff that was kind of funny, and I like John Ritter, not in that movie, but I do like John Ritter, so I don't know. Yeah, I just, no, thank you. And then Seed of Chucky, blow my brains out. Blow my brains out because it sucks. Blow my brains out because it really, really sucks. And it is, I will say you do have to watch it at least once because it is so fucking crazy. It is so fucking crazy. It really is this time, guys. I'm not crying wolf here. It is so fucking weird. Like, it is jumping so many sharks. It's jumping all the sharks. All the sharks. It's jumping all the sharks. You have Jennifer Tilly like the real Jennifer like she's playing herself, but then also playing the puppet. Like they're making a movie about Chucky, and then this is where it gets confusing because I'm pretty sure the real Chucky dolls, like Chucky and what's her face, Tiffany, are actually buried somewhere by the end of Bride of Chucky, but yet you have these animatronic puppets that somehow that's a fucking they have a kid. The kid's in a circus and he gets beaten, tortured all the time. He actually escapes because he's actually a good guy. And so he takes off and he finds his parents, which are these animatronic puppets, on the set of this movie about Chucky. And he happens to find the amulet that Chucky wears all the time or has. He had on him when he initially possessed Chucky, when he initially possessed the doll. Because by the end of Bride of Chucky, they reclaim the amulet for whatever the fuck reason. They haven't needed it any other fucking movie, but suddenly they need it now. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Yeah, so he happens to have this amulet, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna read this these words that I've never tried to sound out in my life, but I'm gonna recite them perfectly and raise my parents. Parents come back. They start killing almost immediately, and there's this whole fucking subplot of like them trying to go cold turkey, and and then there's this whole family banter back and forth about trying to be there for the kid and change their ways and their habits, and then like there's this other subplot about them trying to impregnate Jennifer Tilly, and she's like having this she's like having this thing with fucking Redman, like the rapper Redman, and that's weird, and just it's a fucking mess. Like just watch it. You have to watch it just so you can be like, I saw it, and now it almost makes you appreciate, like if you thought there was any other Chucky movie that you had seen and you weren't sure if you like really liked it or not, it'll make you go, well, it's not that fucking movie. It's not the garbage that I just saw. It's not, yeah, so sad is what it is. So sad. But then cut to like another like 5, 10, I think it was not 10 years, like 6, 7 or 8 years, something like that. You get to Curse of Chucky. That is like, it's bringing you back to like the, what we know Chucky as. And it's great. And on top of the shit, you have Brad Dourif's daughter, that I'm gonna find her name so I don't fuck it up. Gonna type her name in. The last name, Fiona. I should have known that. Idiot. Fiona Dourif doesn't play his daughter in the movie, but does play, a pretty central role in it. And you find out a bunch of really like cool shit, with that. But they're not related in the movie. But it's just so fucking cool to see. And she looks, and I mean this in the best way. She looks a lot like her father, like in the eyes and everything. But she's very pretty, and she's a great actress. Like it was good. It was a nice refresher. I'm not gonna pretend like Chucky didn't still have his full cheese, he wasn't in full like cheese action, because there was some times that he was, but it was nothing as bad as Seed of Chucky or even Bride of Chucky. It wasn't even that bad, but there was still some like jokes here and there. Cult of Chucky, the immediate next one, which also has Fiona Dourif in it, and also fucking brings back the original actor who played Andy to play Andy again, and I thought that is so cool. In the movie, the story, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but could have been better. But it was definitely original, and it was definitely, thinking outside the box, and that was fun. And I feel like that's why I enjoyed it too, is because like you could tell that they had a lot of fun making that movie. So I don't know. I did enjoy the newer versions, and whatever spin-off TV series based on these movies with the same actors and everything, I'm down for that too. I'm down to see whatever they have. I know it's not going to be grade A shit, but it could be fun. And I enjoyed it. But I think what I'm trying to get at here is that the first one you just can't touch. The second one can't touch. Fucking third one, man, it's all right. Bride of Chucky, fucking Nopeville, and fucking Seed of Chucky is Nope Central. And then you move on to the newer ones, which are kind of reinvent the series and make it fun again. And it was those were good, and I can't wait to see more. But all right, I'm gonna leave it at that because I feel like I could just talk for fucking a million years, but I'm not gonna. So, all right, everybody, this has been From Out of Nowhere podcast. You can reach me on Facebook, Steve J. You can reach me on Instagram at the Steve HS, on Twitter the Steve HS, and Tumblr. Guess what? The Steve HS. So that's spelled TheStevehs. So go check it out. I post movies when they came out on this day between the years 1980 and 1999 because that's mainly where I gravitate. And then maybe, who knows, in a year I'll do, pre-80 and, some newer shit. I don't know if I'm going to do newer shit. I'm probably just going to stick with like the past because why not? It's fun to be there. Yeah. So again, guys, this has been From Out of Nowhere. I'm out.